Beautiful day here at Red Hen Racing. We got some decent weather. We got some new parts. It's race weekend, so as is tradition, we need to demonstrate our financial irresponsibility. So we're getting the Miata pulled in here. We got some stuff to install. And then we're gonna go fast. I don't know. That's what we do.
Speed it up, 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 speed it up. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy.
What? Do your side.
Oh, I forgot those two jacks. Why do I get the little one?
The one that's lighter and easier to move around.
Just barely off the floor, it's good.
Well, high enough that it'll settle back down onto a jack stand. We have to use jack stands. The internet really likes people that use jack stands. I don't know if that's far enough forward. I feel like it's gonna tip forward.
I can't tip forward.
What's the funniest thing that could happen? Right?
Exactly!
Same thing on the back.
No, we'll just pick it up off the diff.
Handle too long?
Yeah, you're right.
I always include extra shots of his butt, but he always edits them out.
So let's talk about what we've got here. I have a non-Brembo car. I didn't get Brembos from the factory. And the non-Brembo brakes they're fine, but we need better than fine. Because somehow we're leading STR right now. And I feel like my brakes suck. They're squishy and dumb. So to get rid of the squishiness specifically, we're gonna solve that with braided lines. And to get even more stopping power and feedback out of them, we're upgrading calipers as well. We also don't know if it's ever had the fluid flushed, and it is like 4 years old now, so probably time for new brake fluid anyway. So we got new fluid. We're removing the lines and having to completely flush all four corners and get them all bled with a new fresh fluid. And race day is tomorrow. You don't think there's any room for error that fuck us over for tomorrow? You don't think? We would never. So what we have here is Flyin Miata's little big brake kit. They use a spacer to offset this specific Wilwood 4-pot. So it just sits over the stock size rotor. It should be good. It's easy. We just take the calipers off and put the calipers on.
How do you know which one's which?
I don't think it matters because we're replacing all of them, so it's the same. I think that one looks bigger, so that's probably the front.
They're the same size. Oh.
This is the e-brake hookup, so these are the rears.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Oh yeah, these have 4 bleeders. One for each piston.
You're gonna have a bad time.
You know, I bled the brakes on Lopi's Evo, and he had Brembos. And there was a sequence to all 4 of them.
Do you remember it?
Hell no!
Better get to it.
All right, we'll burn that bridge when we get there. Let's get a brake pad out of here just to show what she looks like.
It's definitely got miles on it. The new ones are smaller.
This one is average. Okay, that one was just being used inefficiently. So this one's perfectly average size. It's just gonna get used better. How's it feeling?
It's good.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it's actually bleeding really easy. This one's gross.
Oh, that felt weird.
What? pain in the ass. So the caliper swap was pretty straightforward, and getting them bled was real easy too, actually. Problem now is getting the e-brake cable reconnected. We have to reroute where the cables run and undo and adjust some bracketry in order for them to reach. So it just doesn't reach. The stock caliper held it back here. On this caliper, it's over here. Easy fix. We just got to reroute the cables. It must, because it says to send the brake line up over this canister.
Oh gosh.
Okay. There we go. She's in.
Had to pull the the e-brake cable so that we could slip this little clip in. Let's give her a yank and see if it works.
Pull it up more. Yep, it's functional. Before we put the wheels on, we got some fender liner damage to address too. The liner itself is getting shredded, and it's only gonna get worse after this. You see all this extra. Just go ahead and cut all of this out that's getting eat up. It looks beefy. I hope we don't need to have rolled the front.
You're gonna find out.
These are pretty beefy, and I don't run a real aggressive alignment that would actually be like proper for the track. I just go and run on my daily alignment, so I'm hoping we don't have any fender contact issues out of these. We were running 235s before. These are a 245, and they're known to be a wide 245. We'll see. Probably a self-clearancing problem, even if it does. Should probably check the oil. Oh, we should probably change the oil. This oil has electrolyte.
She's ready.
It's a good thing we already rolled the fenders, because that needs some camber pretty bad. All right, down nice and easy. Let's go see what we did.
Little slippage there.
I think that was scrubbing fender.
Was it?
And we didn't step in the dampers. Is this the Krusty Krab? Something's touching, but it's hard to tell what. We need more camber. Pull the fronts back off when we get home.
How does it feel?
It feels good, but it is hitting the fenders.
Many secret patties later.
Most car washes are pretty hard, but I feel like this one's like 1200 grit.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good one. You would think that right there would be getting the front bumper, but it fucking don't.
It's because your car's too small. It can't wash your car.
There we go. That was nice. Just a nice quick bath. That's all it needs. The braking feels good. It's very stiff and immediate. Like, there's no softness to it at all. Right off the bat, you can tell that you are directly pushing a bunch of precise pistons. Like, there's no slop in it at all. It's really good. Haven't tested like maximum braking capacity on them yet. Like, we haven't done a full stop, but they feel really good. The e-brake is certainly a thing that was noted on these calipers, and that's pulled all the way up and stop. Like, it takes us, like, yeah, it's, you have to use the whole thing. You have to go all the way up, and if you're on a hill, you should probably still leave it in gear. Flyin Miata says to do that, in their directions. Like that's a thing that's advertised. So I was expecting it, and I'm not mad about it. It's fine. If you're on a steep hill, leave it in gear. Easy day. We do have some rubbing due to our lack of camber. We do definitely have some rubbing on the, I can't tell if it's contacting the fender liners alone or if it is actually hitting sheet metal, but we'll see. I guess if we go to readjust the sway bar or take a look at the clunking we have, then I'll try to address that as well while I'm in there. Go ahead and roll the fronts. I just know you got to be careful with the fronts because these are aluminum front fenders and they like to crack if you try to roll them.
You're a little far back, bud.
Well, we're just lifting the front.
That's a good point. You didn't want to run up on ramps? Oh wait,
jack it up
that's right, we gotta jack it up.
Let's go ahead and recheck torque on everything while we're in here too. So we're dealing with some kind of clunking that I want to blame on the sway bar or one of its various mounting points. Something in that ballpark is clunking on us. It started last autocross. Interesting. And I haven't figured out what it might be. So if we continue to not see anything just jumping out at us about it, then I'm still gonna send it.
Just run it. I mean, this.
I'm not gonna not run it because of the mystery noise. That would be responsible. Can't get it to lean up.
That's weird because that bar sound that you're making sounds just like that when you're driving.
Well, guess I better fuck the alignment up.
What?
What's that look like? 17. Where's it look next in this direction? How's that look right there? What do you think? Pretty even, straight up and down, right? It's probably fine, right? It's all the way to the clockwise, right?
I went to 20.
Burnout competitions next week, but that's cool.
Cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and
Ready for race day, for race day.
If you don't have any amount of rub at all, then your fitment's just not aggressive enough.
You're not anticipating the corners.
Yeah.
What are you doing?